couple quick minutes and close out because we are almost out of time. I'm gonna, dude, Dunkirk,
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk, blew my freaking mind.
They
Yes.
Dunkirked it up.
Oh,
Stop.
You stopped it right.
Yeah.
Stop that
Playing
right.
at 70mm at the Coolidge too.
Yeah,
folks.
Dunkirk. The story. Now, apparently, this is a major story. If you were raised in the UK, we here as Americans aren't really familiar with just the impact.
We get World War II
historical
movies. Yeah.
impact. We do, but this is pretty much if you're in Texas, the Alamo. If you're
Right.
in the UK, it's Dunkirk. Like that's the importance of this one event.
It's
for
the
your
English
nation.
300.
I have no idea how to take that.
No, just don't.
But no. It's essentially like this is the story of if anyone doesn't know Dunkirk, the story of Dunkirk was it was in 1940 at the one of the highest points / lowest points for the UK Army in World War II was the Axis powers had them stranded on the beach, and they could see home, they could see the UK, and they had no way of getting there. The Mole was was the port that all the ships came through, and they were picking up soldiers and wounded and all that, and taking them basically to safety, letting them retreat, and they had no way off. Mole was pretty much destroyed, and they were stuck, and everything was tense. Every minute. Okay, this entire movie, it's like an hour and 45 minutes. It's one of Christopher Nolan's shortest movies, like totally, like bar none. But it was tense from like beginning to end. There's maybe 10 minutes total in this movie where I wasn't just like there on my chair, like, oh,
What Ebert would call a bruised forearm movie.
Hold your breath. Yeah, it was nuts. And it's not like action packed. It's set. The movie takes place on three fronts. There's the Mole, which is land. There's with the ships, the civilian commissioned boats. Boats commissioned, regular boats owned by people
Who are helping out
by
with
the
the
Navy.
army, yeah.
Yeah, to travel over and bring people out of Dunkirk, bring the soldiers out of Dunkirk, and it takes place in the air with these three pilots, actually two pilots, played by Tom Hardy and whose name I forget right now. And that's another thing. This is a movie with Tom Hardy, but he is not the star. It's a movie with Cillian Murphy. He is not the star.
Right.
The star is this young kid who I think this is like his first major motion picture. And if you go to his Wikipedia page, they don't even know what year he was exactly born in. It has born in either 96 or 97. And it's about...
It's on the border right there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's about these young... He was born on Christmas Eve. Or on December 31st.
Yeah.
It's just the story of... on land, it's the story of these young soldiers. They're all just... Well, they're soldiers. At one point, you're talking to your boy. The next, he got shot in the back. Oh, time to find cover. And just move on. And then they get on ships and they get off ships. And they try to swim it. They're stuck in the water. There's planes that are coming to help them out. And then, this one got shot down and that one over there just abandoned them. And what's going on? And people going crazy. And it's nuts because it shows like war, the rawness of war. Yet there's like very little to no blood in this. And mind you, it's a war movie. Like there is plenty of violent stuff happening. But the way Christopher Nolan shot this, it's like something happens and someone is just blown up, and instead of being like covered in guts and entrails, viscera, all that stuff all over the place, blood everywhere, the camera cuts away and you see the reaction. It's like horrible stuff is happening, but that's not the focus. And at no point in this do they cut back to. There's no shot of let me go back to Churchill. Back, at home base at HQ, and they're going over maps and charts, and this has to be this movie never leaves the action. And I enjoyed it. I was completely enthralled, and I didn't expect to be. I'll be honest. The original, the trailers for this made it look really boring.
Yeah, I don't think the trailers. This is the first Christopher Nolan movie that didn't really amp me up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't think they sold it that well, but that doesn't mean I know it's a Christopher Nolan movie, so I was really excited anyway. But
honestly, I expected nothing. The trailers looked like it was going to be, we got Tom Hardy as this pilot. He's flying over the place and then in the sky, and I'm like, this looks stupid and boring. And I'm not English. I'm not invested in the story.
Who cares about their
freedom? Honestly, if I didn't have to do this review, I probably wouldn't have seen the movie. And I wouldn't have seen like one of I think the greatest pictures. And maybe I'm still riding high, because honestly, it was.
No, I'm getting the consensus of that from a lot of the reviews. I think that
Greatest
everyone
for
seems
the
to be right
year,
there.
What are we talking?
I still think Fast Fate of the Furious is up. No, this one. You checked out. All right, no. Just to wrap it up, I really don't want to harp on this too much because I'm pretty sure like if anyone's listening to any other review, what's the good stuff has been said. Cillian Murphy gave a great performance in a very uncharacteristic role for him. We're used to seeing him being the intelligent guy, the controlled guy, sometimes the pretty boy, but usually in charge of his faculties. And this one, he played against type in that. And you don't like him, but you're really impressed by his performance. So, and another thing, Harry Styles, the singer dude, he's in this movie, and it was like a minor controversy because he got some outside stuff going on I won't mention. And in this picture, also, he was cast, and Christopher Nolan didn't know who he was. He's not a fan of him. He's like,
well, Christopher Nolan said, "You got to trust me on this." People didn't like Heath Ledger when I cast him as the Joker, but that worked out well. So maybe trust my casting. That's what he said, which is, I guess, pretty true.
It works for him. He's not a huge character in this. He actually plays kind of an unlikable guy, but you know what? You remember him on screen. And this movie did not shy away from. It's like no one is safe. There's no, well, this guy's the hero. They're magically gonna, there's none of that. And you get that sense early on, and it all played out beautifully. The acting was spot on. Sound design in this was perfect, and this was unique. They used a ticking clock for like almost all of the music. There was like very little music, and that clock was ever present. And normally we think a ticking clock, it's like, it's annoying. It's telling me time to speed up what's going on. Is it going to go faster? Is the bomb going to go off something? No, it somehow really worked to show that time is a factor in this movie. And I'm just so damn impressed because it seems like such a slow story, such a boring story, and he made it. I was like on the edge of my seat for most of the picture because everything is just so damn tense. Are the pilots gonna make it? Are the soldiers gonna make it? Are those ships gonna make it across? Is anyone gonna get sunk? If they do get sunk, are they still gonna swim out? What's going on? What the hell's going on? And no one is safe. The movie starts off with you thinking, okay, these guys, this is gonna be our protagonist. We're gonna see their escapade. Nope, friggin' it's see Dunkirk. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. It's a movie by Christopher Nolan. It's out in theaters now. You can see it, as Adam said, in the 70mm version. I saw it in IMAX. Either one works. It's beautiful. Sound design, I think, will definitely be up for Oscars because booms in this shook me. And it was just great. Bullets pass through, and you can almost hear them whiz by you in the chair. Dunkirk was an experience. And for someone who's nowhere near involved in it in the historical aspect, I really I felt for them. I was there. It's Dunkirk by Christopher Nolan. It's out right now. It's starring Tom Hardy. It's starring people, but it's one to see just for the experience. I highly recommend it. If you saw it and want to chime in, or if you have anything, opposing opinion, who knows? Check us out on Twitch. Check out the version in here and leave us a message there. Twitch.tv/The Geek Down, or shoot us a message, geekdownradio@gmail.com. We'll swashbuckle. We'll see what's good. All right, but we've come to the end. This has been The Geek Down here on WEMF Radio